Mosel is one of the 13 German wine regions called in German Weinbaugebiete, and it takes its name from the Mosel River. The vineyard area is mainly located along the river Moselle, which runs about 250 kilometers from the French border to the city of Koblenz, and along the Mosel River's tributaries Saar and Ruhr. The Romans conquered the Mosel region in about 50 BC. They founded the city of Trier, Germany's oldest town, in 17 BC. Trier later became one of the capitals of the Roman Empire. At the onset of the Roman presence in the region, the wine was imported from Gaul and Italy. Step by step, the Romans planted vineyards along the Mosel and the Rhine in order to guarantee a local source of wine for the garrisons as well as for the civilian populations. Roman castles, villas, temples and pressing houses have been found all over the Moselle Valley. Today, the Mosel wine region is Germany's fifth largest in terms of production, but is certainly the leader in terms of international prestige. But what makes Mosel wines so special? The Mosel wine region is one of the northernmost wine regions in the world. The region is located about 50 degrees northern latitude. The average annual temperature lies around 10 degrees Celsius. For millions of years, Mosel, Saar and Ruhr forced their way deep into the Rhine Slate Mountains, creating steep slopes. These steep slopes are one of the elements explaining the success story of the Mosel wines. The wines are perfectly positioned to catch every ray of warmth from the sun. The Mosel River Valley has a mild microclimate. For example, the surrounding hills protect the vineyards from cold winds. These vineyards are warmed by the slate soils, which rapidly take up the warmth of the sun during the day, reflecting and radiating the heat to the vines once the sun has set. In addition to the slate soil and steep slopes, the Mosel River itself has a strong influence on the vines as the river reflects heat and light. It also moderates the temperatures and protects the vines from extremes such as frost. The combination of warm days and cool nights, which is typical for the Mosel Valley, matures the fruit to become fresh with a gentle ripeness. The most important soil in the Mosel wine region is the Devonian slate, which is about 400 million years old. Most common is the dark slate, which is found in more than 50% of all Mosel vineyards. Slate dominates the vineyards in the Saar and the Ruhr Valley and along the Mosel from Trier to Koblenz. At the central Moselle, one can also find red slate soils around the town of Schweich and very exceptional red stone from the volcanic region in the Erziger Würzgarten vineyard. In the upper Moselle, between the confluence of Saar and Moselle and the French border, one can mainly find limestone and red marl. Given that this upper part of the Moselle region is geologically speaking closer to the Champagne province than the Rhine Slate Mountains, it is not surprising that genuine sparkling wines are produced in the area. Today, the Moselle wine growing region has around 9,000 hectares of vineyards and is divided into 6 quality wine sectors. In the German Moselle wine region, there are about 4,400 growers, including the part-time grape growers. About 90% of the vineyard land is stocked with white grape varieties, with the remainder being red varieties. Around 60% of the total production in the Moselle Valley comprises mild or sweet wines, 40% dry and medium dry. Riesling is the most important grape variety of Mosel. Nearly 60% of the total vineyard area is planted with Riesling. The Riesling growing area has increased by percentage over the past few years. The very northern latitude of the Moselle Valley gives the Riesling variety an extended period of maturity, since its harvest starts as late as mid-October. This represents more than 20 additional days for ripening compared to the more southern European vineyards. With the longer ripening time, the Riesling creates more aromas. In addition, the particularity and richness of the local soils give the Riesling the mineral qualities, one of the natural elements that make the Riesling wines of Moselle Valley so distinctive and exceptional. Nowadays, especially many younger, well-trained producers see the future of the wine region in these characteristically high-quality Riesling wines from the steep slopes. The second most renowned vine variety in the Moselle Valley is the Moseltal, also called the Rivaner, which provides mainly dry and fruity, easy-drinking white wines. Other popular white grape varieties in the region are the historical Elbling, cultivated mainly along the upper Mosel, and Pinot Blanc and Pinot Gris, which have become more important for many producers over the past decades. The red varieties, mainly Pinot Noir and Dornfelder, make up about 10% of the total vineyard area of Moselle. The wine growers of Moselle took up the tradition of red wine again in the late 1980s. The boom in wine tourism partly explains the increasing popularity of red wines in the Moselle region. Moselle wines are appreciated all over the world. Every year, about 800,000 hectolitres of wine is produced in the Moselle wine region, with 1/3 of this quantity being exported. The main export markets are North America, the United Kingdom, the Benelux countries, Japan and Northern Europe, but the Mosel Riesling wines are also becoming increasingly popular in the new growing markets of the world. In the Moselle Valley, tourism and wine production have been closely linked since the end of the 19th century. Thanks to its romantic landscapes and picturesque towns and villages, the Moselle region is a popular domestic and international tourism destination. Today, more than every fourth bottle of Moselle wine is directly sold from the estate to the customer. In certain villages, the wine producers even sell more than 80% of their production directly to tourists. There is no doubt that the very best place to taste the Moselle wines is an original German wine estate.